they say money changes people. I totally disagree. I don't know why people complicate business. It's just so simple. Science, business, religion, life, it's all one thing. It's all the same because there is a science to business. And even in the Quran and the Bible and the Torah, I've read all in English, it talks about numbers and it's not to be ignored. Science is numbers. What is business? It's numbers.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
Welcome back to Cashflow Convos. First and foremost, thank you, Saba, for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We are pleased to have you as our first guest in Dubai.
Oh, really?
And hopefully the conversation goes well.
First female guest as well
Hopefully.
ever on our podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm truly honored.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not the last.
So for the people who don't know, tell us a bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, my name is Saba Yussouf and I'm British Pakistani, born and raised in London, recently moved to Dubai last year. And I'm 35 and I invest in STEM, science, technology, engineering, math.
Okay, nice.
So what's your latest venture?
My latest venture, with my best friend, I started a company called Ficks, Ficks. We're launching really soon. I'm excited. Okay. And it's a health and wellness brand. They're retail products and they're about using disruptive science to help your health in an inexpensive way, because I believe health should be affordable to everyone. And right now, health products are super expensive and there's just some injustice about that I have a problem with. So I'm trying to make it affordable for everyone. So the latest product that we just designed actually is something called Fix Your Sleep.
Oh, okay.
For anyone, do you have problems with your sleep? Or are you okay?
I'm okay, but yeah, sometimes you get that random moment where you wake up during the night.
Yeah.
And you feel a bit uncomfortable, but yeah, I think majority it's okay.
Yeah. I have the opposite problem. I sleep too much. I can't stop sleeping. But for those that struggle, a lot of my friends and family do. We've designed a pillowcase.
Yeah.
And it's a cotton pillowcase, super soft. And what it has inside, built in, are these polymeric nanocapsules. Okay. And they're invisible. When the nanocapsules burst, as you go to bed and you lie on the pillowcase, it releases a natural herbal sleeping aid. And that pillowcase lasts for many washes. So you only need to order a new pillowcase once a quarter.
Okay.
So you can put it in the wash, everything, the nanocapsules stay in there.
So how did you come up with that? Like what made you
That's a good question. So we invented the nanocapsules, we patented them, and you can put anything inside the nanocapsule. So we actually did a trial on Emirates Airline with a very gentle moisturizer in the first class pajamas.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. They loved it. It was a 6-month pilot. So I thought, now what do people really need? They need help with their sleep. Let's stick something in there and help people.
Nice.
So sleep cycles, they're normally, how long is sleep cycles? 2 hours?
Well, it depends what kind of sleep you mean. Deep sleep is the most important thing that you need. Yeah. And I don't know if you wear those rings or those trackers. I personally don't.
Fitbit.
There's a name for that ring. Aura? I don't know.
Oh, sure.
I don't know. Let's advertise it for everyone. But for those who don't wear it, you know those mornings when you wake up feeling really groggy and tired and you have brain fog? That's because you haven't got your deep sleep. Deep sleep is when the fluid from here goes past your blood-brain barrier, takes out all the toxins from the last 24 hours, removes it and brings it back here. Okay. That is when you get deep sleep. So that is when you wake up super focused, in a good mood, lots of serotonin. That's the difference.
How much do you need then, roughly, for deep sleep?
At our age, 45 minutes.
Oh, each. Okay.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you're a baby, you need a lot more. 45 minutes is enough.
Okay, what about like REM sleep?
REM sleep, a few hours. So let's break it up. Say 50% regular sleep, 30% REM, 20% deep.
Okay, so deep, you regard deep as the most important?
The most important.
But like the lighting and the sound will affect your sleep, right?
Of course. Yeah.
So you have to be in a maybe obviously silent room and
I can't sleep with even a dot of light. Like it really, really affects my sleep. But you need to be in theta state as you're going to sleep. So if you don't have the luxury of a quiet night, there are ways to just aid yourself to go to sleep.
Yeah. So what got you into like the science industry then?
You know what? I don't know. I'm just obsessed with science. I've been obsessed with science since I could remember, since I was a kid. And I wanted to study science at university, but my dad didn't let me.
Okay.
because he said you have to do something, either economics, accounting, dentistry, doctor, lawyer, but, the typical Pakistani independent immigrant parent. So I studied economics, but
okay.
I always kept my passion alive. And then at the age of 23, 24, I just started moving my way into making science a business. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest.
So you had like a passion for science. Is that what kind of made you invest into like technology and stuff like that?
Oh, for sure, because I had the option to work for my family business, which was construction real estate.
Okay.
And I could have had a really easy life. And I didn't do it because I could not give my 100%.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. I wasn't interested. I couldn't wait to leave the office. I knew I wasn't going to do well in it. So I left and I started figuring out how to make money from science, which was at the age of 24, the weirdest concept to me.
So you want to become your own boss, basically.
Yeah, in something that I love.
Yeah. Like something,
Because if I love it, I'll do well in it. If
Yeah,
I'm
true.
forced to do it, I will let that person down.
You need to have a passion, obviously, for what you do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I speak a lot, especially this year on platforms, about how to start a business with even limited capital. And I feel people really complicate it. And I don't blame them because I did that too. But the answer is just so simple. Do what you like.
Yeah.
If you do what you like, you will be so good at it. And all you have to do is create a community around it. And that's exactly what you guys are doing with this amazing podcast. You've created such a cool community around it, and you probably don't even realize how many people you're touching and affecting and helping every day.
I feel like you have to be passionate about like the thing you choose to do in your career,
Yeah.
because if you just like just do something that you were told to do, you won't give your all, or your heart won't be in it.
Yeah. You'll be so shit at it. Sorry, my latch is...
That's fine.
Yeah, it's bad habit. You'll be really bad
Yeah.
at it. And all you have to know, especially in this day and age, like it's impossible not to start a business. I feel like everyone should do it just for fun, because people come to me, they ask me a lot, they say, oh, but I don't know what I'm good at, or I don't know if I have something to offer the world. Everyone has something to offer the world. Everyone knows something about something. Yeah, whether it's big or small, just build your community around that, because you have the value inside of you already.
Yeah. So if someone was watching right now and let's say they wanted to start a business, what advice would you give to them?
I would say get online, get on social media. Don't be afraid,
Okay.
because the hardest part is starting. Don't overthink it. Open the camera. Talk about whatever the hell comes into your mind. Let it come out your mouth. Start building your community. Then when people will realize your value, you have something to offer them that you can charge them for.
So what are your like investment strategies then in terms of technology and stuff like that?
My number one strategy is the person.
Okay.
The person behind it is the most important. Sometimes I invested in really risky ideas just because I really believed in the person. And I've rejected what seemed like really cool concepts because I couldn't stand the person. I think it's all about that, because it's almost like a marriage in business. And you have to work with them. You have to get on with them. You have to be able to be yourself around them. So the owner, the founder of the company is the number one most important. And then it depends what your risk strategy is that year or that quarter. It really depends what you're looking for. Is it a startup? Is it already making a profit? Is it breaking even? I mean, there's so many factors that you have to think about, I guess, for any business.
Yeah.
But always keep an eye on the founder.
Yeah.
That is the one. That is your golden ticket.
So obviously you've got your own business. How does it feel like being the director of a $3 billion company?
Well, that was Nanotera, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I since left that R&D business when I started just investing in my own. And some of the R&D that I invested in, I owned, and I actually wrote the patents so I could take them with me. But it was cool. You know what? I learned so much.
What age did you start?
At Nanotera. I started at 24.
24.
I learned a lot at Nanotera because I was working with some of the best minds in the world. And I was so honored to learn from them. And
Any
I was
mentors,
so humbled.
Any mentors you want to like mention that you learned off?
I have some amazing mentors that are the captains of their industry. And I'm super fortunate to have time with them. Sometimes it's 20 minutes a month. Sometimes it's 10 minutes a quarter. But it's the most precious time that I get with them. And they have helped me so much. I think everyone needs a mentor. I'm yet to have a female mentor. I really want one. I just can't find someone that gets me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I know you've had some innovations that have been used by the likes of Elon Musk, but what I really wanted to touch on is nanobubbles. So what are nanobubbles?
What are nanobubbles? They are really, really small bubbles that are invisible to the eye.
Yeah.
And so I'll give you a perspective. You can fit 30 billion of my nanobubbles into one champagne bubble.
Okay.
They're that small. And the reason that we made them so small is that when you drink the liquid that they're in, the bubbles actually stay in your body and they don't evaporate in the air before you drink it.
Oh, okay. So what are like the benefits of nanobubbles?
Well, my favorite benefit is that it improves your cognitive function because the nanobubbles are oxygen.
Right.
So, you have hemoglobin, you have oxyhemoglobin. So it just helps you get more oxyhemoglobin, basically.
Okay.
And it helps your fitness, your mental agility, your health, your immunity, your digestion. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Even your metabolism.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about alkaline water online.
Yeah.
What is it? And what is it, a scam or is it
Yeah,
truth? Or what
it's
is
funny. A lot of people, so I love TikTok, but sometimes you just see these random videos and everyone blindly believes what they see. And I saw this doctor the other day. You don't even know if he's a doctor, right? The other day saying alkaline water is a scam, whatever. Choose what you want, right? Everything can potentially be a scam if you do it wrong or if you don't believe in it. Do whatever the hell you want. If you want to have an alkaline state, drink alkaline water. It's so simple. I've researched the benefits. I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't make my research any less than a doctor's, right? It shouldn't be that way. So I've researched it, and your body thrives in an alkaline state. It literally kills cancer cells. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to drink alkaline water? You have nothing to lose. I haven't yet read the cons of alkaline water unless you drink extremely alkaline water, like you're talking end of the pH scale. That can't be good for you.
I've also heard you've done some like reality TV.
Why did you hear that?
So we were talking earlier. So tell us a bit about that then.
Yeah, I did. We just wrapped up filming actually this week. A reality TV show. It's an American franchise. Okay. And it was the hardest thing I think I've ever done in my life, but also the funnest. Yeah. And probably the most meaningful. It's really crazy. The world of reality TV, it's not what it seems when you're a consumer and you're watching it at home. It's hard. It really pushes you. And I definitely pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I did it mainly because a lot of people told me not to do it. I'm a little bit rebellious. Just a little bit. But a lot of Pakistani people, obviously I'm Pakistani, so people in the community, so many people supported me. And a lot of people didn't. And I thought it was about time someone is brave enough to take the stand, put themselves out there, and just move people forward and show other people what a modern Pakistani woman might look like. We're all different. We come in different forms, shapes, sizes, mindsets, but this is me. And we exist. And why not represent some other types of Pakistani women in the media that perhaps aren't represented so much?
Yeah. What do you think are like your biggest takeaways from like doing that kind of stuff, like reality TV and stuff like that?
It really helped me give me more confidence to put myself out there. What it made me realize is that there's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there. Be proud of who you are. And I think before I started the reality TV, I almost forgot who I was, because when you're hanging around the same friends and family all the time, you're not pushed. Yeah, right? Because they know you. Yeah. They don't ask you deep questions.
Go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, but I was around a bunch of new people, and they were asking me questions about my life, my childhood, what's my opinion on this, and I was saying, I don't know, who am I? And it really makes you think. But it really made me proud of myself that I put myself out there, because I feel that is the hardest thing to do. Like, trying is the hardest thing to do. And that's why I had such a problem with, like, this auntie came up to me the other day and she said, you're too above reality TV. Yeah. And I said, no, I'm too above people that think like you. I just said it to her face, because I got so frustrated with the judgment and the hypocrisy. of it all. And I've had enough, and someone needs to change it. So I'm happy to do it. Trying is the hardest part of any journey that you're on. Yeah. So I think the lowest form of human is one that makes fun of someone that's trying.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, because you may be laughing at me for trying, but at least I'm doing something. I'm laughing at you because you're basic.
So you are a female entrepreneur, albeit a Pakistani female entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So did you face any struggles or any cultural barriers along the way?
You know, it's funny actually. I've never faced cultural barrier in the workplace.
Really?
I think it's because people don't know where I'm from.
Oh.
Yeah, so where are you from? South America? Are you from Italy? They don't know. But in my 20s, I faced a lot of sexual discrimination.
Okay.
And things have changed in my 30s. I think since the whole Me Too thing, people have become more understanding, but also because people have got to know me in my industry.
Okay.
So finally, I've gained the respect that I was trying to get earlier. So people now appreciate me, they understand my value, but before they didn't. And I don't really blame them. It's just that's the world we were living in, you know, and things did change after the Me Too thing, but you know.
Yeah, I feel like now I think the world's changing. Everything's getting a bit different. There's new technologies, things like that.
Yeah.
There's new technologies so it's artificial intelligence, AI. So that's taken over the world.
Yeah.
So what are your opinions on AI and what's going to happen next?
Yeah, you know, I don't know what's going to happen next. I love AI, but I'm scared of AI. Yeah. But I'm so used to this concept, I'll tell you why. Science is pushing the limit. Science is testing, pushing until you find another outcome and you prove something. So this is what we've done with AI, with tech. We have pushed the world to the next level. And there's so much positivity surrounding that. With so much innovation, there's always a dark side. And that's in everything I've invented or invested in as well. There's always a potential dark side. Look at the metaverse, look at any kind of tech, look at medicine. So just be prepared that there will be some negative ramifications that will come out of it. Safety, what will happen to children, exposure, stuff like that, privacy, just forget about it, really. Yeah. But then look at all the good. It will do so much. I mean, I use ChatGPT every day. Yeah. I didn't know how I lived before ChatGPT. Yeah. I ask it everything all the time. I love it.
It's just like a friend, isn't it?
Yes, it's my mate. Yeah, but it's dangerous. Yeah. You know, AI is so powerful, so positive, and so dangerous. But this is life. This is with every single new innovation. Pros and cons.
Yeah, I feel like it's difficult nowadays, even with AI, to know what's right and what's true or what's false. Some things could be altered, like pictures, voice. You can even do voice cloning now as well with AI.
Yeah, but didn't they sign that thing to pause AI for 6 months or something? Not that that's going to do so much. Then what happens after 6 months? We all go to shit anyway.
So I think that was recent.
So with AI, would you reckon would it take people's jobs?
Of course. I mean, naturally, it's like when the first factory machine came. It took people's jobs. But this is the cycle of life. We have to move on forward, right? True. Otherwise, we'll move back. If you're not moving forwards, we're never static. We will go backwards. Yeah. So we have to move. So those people that might be laid off or lose their job, get thinking and go look for another job.
Get online business.
Get an online business. Start a community. This is what I tell everyone. Yeah. You do it for free. It costs you nothing.
So you said you had a few. So you had, was it Fix Your Sleep as well? Fix Your Hair?
Fix your hair, fix your sleep, fix your skin. Yeah. We have fix your digestion, fix your detox, fix your bones. Yeah. You know, when I recently turned 35, and now I feel when I stand up, I hear a click on my knees. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening to my knees? So fix your bones, even for one. Like, it's not just for young people or Gen Z, it's for everyone that just needs a little help. In an easy way.
So let's say you've got let's say your knee pops when you stand up. So how would you or you hear that crackle and pop?
Yeah, first of all I would go to the doctor. Yeah. But we have these really cool. Do you ever buy those mints, those Listerine mints that are those thins that you place on your tongue?
Yeah,
I've heard of them, but I've never got one.
So they're really easy and they melt in 2-3 seconds. So we've started a line of thins that you place on your tongue, and it's a really, really easy way to just get your supplement in. Okay. Because a lot of people don't like taking pills. or injections or
What about
whatever.
vitamin tablets? There's a lot of people take vitamin tablets.
Yeah, and who hasn't started a vitamin line lately?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has a vitamin line. Yeah. It's so boring.
Yeah.
Be disruptive.
Yeah,
Call me.
Be different.
So obviously you have to have vitamins.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't just blindly take a vitamin without knowing if you're deficient or not. At least take a blood test. Go to your GP, take a blood test, see if you're not, if you don't have enough of something. Then take a vitamin for it. People just scroll on TikTok and say, "Oh, that sounds cool." And next thing they know, they get sick because they have too much of.
Yeah, I feel like you have to research it and make sure like you're taking the right stuff and the right amount and stuff like that.
Because a lot of the times you don't actually need vitamin. I only take one supplement, and that is the glutathione drip.
Okay.
With vitamin C.
There's a lot of people get those
for my immunity.
They're good for you.
Depends what you're dripping.
Yeah.
So if you take glutathione with vitamin C, I take that for my immunity. That has to be administered into the blood via a drip. If you take a vitamin C tablet, it's not going to do much. But then other people are taking NAD drips that are super expensive, except you pee it out in 24 hours. So you're better off taking the tablet. So every different vitamin needs the proper delivery mechanism into your body. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and your money.
You'd rather do research and then
takes 5 minutes to research it, and you save your money.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time when someone takes like, let's say they take an increase of magnesium or something like that, and then they'll start to take an increase in this, and then it'll end up like they're taking like 10, 20 tablets a day.
Exactly.
And it's just like too much.
Way too much. You probably don't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people want financial freedom. Why do you think people don't reach financial freedom in the early stages of the business?
Honestly, I think it's a point that they touched upon before, overthinking. I don't know why people complicate business. Business is trading a service or something for money. And if you have value, which everyone does, everyone has value, then you can sell that for money. It's just so simple. People see like things in the movies and on TV, and they think life is like that. They think business is like that. It's so not. Just start small. Start with one client online, whatever it is. Just start small, be patient, and wait for organic growth. You will get there because everyone has something valuable.
So going back to Fix Your Bones?
Yeah, he really likes this topic. Okay, we'll stay there.
So going back, so would you give any advice in terms of like biohacks for your well-being and bones?
Yeah, I think it's really important to just check yourself with regards to your mind. Like, are you feeling okay mentally? I know it sounds like a stupid question, but a lot of people are struggling mentally. That is the first thing you need to think about before you think about fixing the rest of your body. Just fix yourself up here. Okay. Go to therapy, talk to a friend, have alone time, whatever it is. And I would also think about, I'm all for supplements and helping your body, but just don't blindly go into it just because it's a phase right now. Please just research whatever it is you have going on. It takes 5 minutes to research it online, or message me on Instagram. I'll research it for you. and just self-diagnose yourself sensibly, because there are a lot of biohacks out there. Things like cryo is amazing. Ice baths, stuff like that.
It's like a container.
So amazing. You just go in this freezer for 10 minutes, and the benefits are so cool. But this all takes time, effort, and resources, right? So don't just jump in. It's like going to the gym. First, realize what are your actual goals, and then do the necessary steps for that.
Our last guest he does cupping.
Yeah, so cupping is great.
Yeah, you can also do cupping, hijama. There's acupuncture as well.
I swear by acupuncture. I had sciatica at a very young age, 21 or something, for many, many years. And I went to doctors all around the world. No one could figure out what the hell it was. And I got recommended an acupuncturist, Dr. Bick, on Harley Street in London. And he was like 100 years old. I went to see him and I thought, this is so crap. Like, what was he going to do? He fixed me in one session. Really? I never suffered from sciatica again.
He fixed it in one session?
Yeah. And he told me it was all mental. That's why I'm saying focus on your mind first, because it usually is that. Usually there's nothing actually wrong with your body that you need to hack. Hack it when it's needed. Yeah. But just think about your mind, because stress is the number one cause of cancer for a reason. right? Stress causes more cancer than smoking because your body reacts to what's going up in here. It's all connected via your enteric system. So he told me, this 100-year-old acupuncturist guy, he told me that I just fixed the energy in your body. I just realigned the energy in your body. You don't have a broken this or sprained hip or whatever. And when I was having my treatment, I felt tingling all over my body. And after an hour, I just haven't suffered from sciatica again. It was amazing. Things like lymphatic drainage massage. It's a bit like cupping.
Yeah.
It takes 5 minutes out of your day. It can solve so many ailments you have going on in your body. Just dry brush your body in a certain way and drain all the liquid that's just staying there. Just drain it out, and you might not need severe biohacking. This is a form of biohacking that you can do at home, and it's free.
Yeah. So what would be your strategies in terms of like reducing stress?
You know, that's a hard question because everyone is stressed about different things, and everyone responds to stress in a different way. I would say, because I usually talk about stress, how it's a fear. And I talk myself out of stress when I know that you can't control the future. Stress is usually a fear of something that hasn't happened yet, that you think is going to happen. There are things you can control, things you can't control. The things you can't control in your life, just let it go. Just let it go. You're never going to be able to control it. So why are you letting yourself stress about it?
It's all in the mind, isn't it? The mindset.
The mind is everything. It's the strongest organ in your brain.
Yeah. So in regards to something that's, let's say something that's already happened, or something that's happened in the future.
Yeah.
Or something that's already happened, you can't really control that. So
it's done.
Yeah.
So I have this amazing way to just disconnect.
Yeah.
It's literally like this.
Yeah.
So the past doesn't exist to me. It literally, that's why when you're asking me questions, I really have to think for a bit because it just never happened to me. I'm so not connected to the past at all. So because I don't want the trauma from the past. So I disconnect from the good and the bad. I'm trying to enjoy what's happening right now. And in the future, of course, I get stressed about things in the future, but stress about things that are in your control, then do something about it.
Yeah.
You won't be stressed anymore.
Find a solution to your problems.
Yeah. I know I'm making it sound easier than it is. Of course, it's not that easy. You know, we all have our triggers. We all have our stresses. We all have our lack of something. And I think it's just about trying to reason with yourself. Just spend time with yourself and think about what is controllable, what is not. What you can't control, let go of it. It is the best feeling in the world.
I feel like sometimes that's a good thing to have. Like, let's say just to switch off, and let's say you're really stressed and you just switch off, and that's it. Yeah, you're happy again.
It feels so good. That's why they say, what's that phrase? Being stupid is like the happiest state of mind.
I think so.
Or something, because you're dumb, so life is good.
What about exercise? Exercise helps.
Exercise helps with stress. It releases serotonin. But you know, some people hate exercise. So do something that makes you feel good. You know, some people like to be around people. I personally am an introvert, so I love to be alone. That makes me super happy. But exercise, especially for men, I feel it really pumps them up and releases a lot of the happy hormone and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone.
Yeah, or go for a walk, like see nature.
Yeah.
Nature, earthing.
Natural.
Yeah.
Get fresh air and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like grounding. I think I heard earthing has quite good benefits as well.
You know, grounding is good, but we are not cavemen anymore. Yeah. Right? And people forget this. This is why I think I should start a TikTok channel about just busting these myths that you hear on TikTok. Yes, grounding is great. Having your bare feet on earth, on grass, it feels great. But some people take it too far and they just stop wearing shoes. Yeah. And that's actually really bad for you because our feet are now actually designed to be in shoes. Evolution has moved on. Yeah. So just keep your shoes on and just walk on the grass for 5 minutes. That's enough.
So people actually like start walking around, like you actually think people.
Yeah, and they're messing up their feet.
No way.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a limit. So at the same time, you have to look after yourself while doing.
Another thing. It's going to sound a bit soppy, but another thing I do when I'm stressed is, it sounds so corny. I just ask God.
Yeah.
I really just sit and ask him for help.
Definitely.
And I just ask him to show me the way to feel better or show me the solution, because he can't just make your problems go away like this. He will show you the root. And every time I've asked God, him, her, it, whatever you want to call it, I get help. It's something, again, so simple. You don't need to overstress and medicate yourself and get addicted to this and that. Just why not try asking God? And if you don't believe in God, which is totally fine, ask the universe. Ask gravity, whatever, some kind of energy that you believe exists. Ask it. Ask it for help. It has a weird way of just helping you back.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes prayer, it can change like the reality, like it can change anything. Totally. I feel like it's even, especially night prayer, sometimes you're like, you've got like an exam or something and then you do like a night prayer before like the exam and it just changes everything.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. It does. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, praying is praying. Everyone holds on to something. Yeah. So why not just ask that something for a bit of help?
Definitely.
So you're based in Dubai, are you? And back and forward where, in London?
London, yeah.
London. So like you got businesses in London.
Yeah.
And in Dubai, yeah?
Yes.
Anywhere else?
No, just there for now. Yeah. The UK, because I'm from there.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. The States, I don't have any companies, and too much litigation. And Dubai, because I live here now, and obviously there are tax benefits to having companies here.
So what's your like future plans? So like, are you planning to invest in any more companies? So
for the next 12 months, I'm not investing in anything else, because I'm up to my limit now. I think I don't have any more time capacity, or I'll spread myself too thin. Yeah. And for the next 12 months, I want to nurture the investments that I've made, especially over summer. But more importantly, I want to talk more about helping people through their journey. Okay. Because everyone gives back in some way, right? Whether it's charity or support, but I want to give back to the humans. That's what I want to do. So I want to just help in any way I can, have a platform where people can reach out and just ask for advice. And if I can help, I would be very humbled to be able to help people through their journey and just keep things simple for them.
Yeah. So what motivates you to like start to like try to help people and stuff like that? What kind of motivated you to like?
My dad.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad has always been super philanthropic. He just always would help people, and he also taught me to do it anonymously. He said that whenever you give, like if it's financial, fiat money, just give anonymously. And, he's helped some people in Pakistan, in his village where he's from. And I guess because I grew up seeing that, I understand that it's what I want to do as well.
I feel like sometimes when you give, you always receive it back, or you receive it tenfold.
Yeah, someone said this to me the other day. They said, I'm giving this much money because apparently you get it back. I'm like, is that why you're doing it? It's so selfish. Yeah. But so I don't know if I agree with that. Okay. I think it should be selfless. I think you shouldn't expect anything in return. Yeah.
Yeah, you are the ambassador of one charity. I think
Kids Charity UK.
Yeah. How's that going?
I'm really passionate about kids because I'll tell you why. Obviously, old people also need help and support, but they've lived their life. Yeah. And they know right from wrong. So the decision is theirs. Kids are so innocent. They're born innocent, and some kids never got a chance. And that really hurts my heart. That they never got a chance to live and make good decisions or bad decisions, have a great life or mess up their life, whatever. They're so pure. So that's why I specifically want to help young people.
Help kids, yeah. So, like, what's your philosophy towards, like, money?
I don't really have one. I'll tell you why. Money is not my priority in life. My number one priority in life is family. That is my number one. So everything else kind of just is underneath it. And money is a means to an end, but I don't know what more it is. And they say money changes people. I totally disagree. I completely challenge that statement, because I've seen people make a lot of money and completely change. I've seen people make a lot of money and be the exact same person. I think you either have that in you, that personality, or you don't. Yeah. You either have those bad traits that money just unlocks.
Yeah, so you're saying it's more of like a characteristic?
Yeah, okay. I think you're born with it.
Yeah, okay.
You're either a good person or a bad person. So I think my philosophy on money is just don't give it so much importance, whether you have it or you don't. Because there are people, especially in Dubai, there are so many people with loads of money and they just have to make it known that they have loads of money. There are also people that don't have money and they also talk about it a lot, the fact that they don't have money. Even the people without money are giving it too much importance. It's not necessary because it shouldn't be your validation. It shouldn't be your identity. Well, my identity is my family. Not that my family is so perfect. I mean, we fight and fall out and make up all the time, but it's my number one priority in life.
Family is very important. Family first.
Family first. Never go against the family.
So there's a saying. It says, the more you chase money, the more it runs from you.
I've heard that.
Do you agree with that?
You know, I've seen a lot of people that have lived that.
Okay.
Easy come, easy go. With money. When you chase it and it happens so fast or perhaps for the wrong reason because you're so desperate for it, I've seen how it leaves them as well.
More money, more problems.
Yeah. Because there are plenty of people with more money and they don't have more problems. Perhaps they just made it in a better way. I think if your passion or something positive is fueling your business, you will make money in it.
Definitely.
If you're just chasing it, it might come, but it also might go.
So do you believe like money buys happiness?
No, not at all. But I that's just my perspective. I think for other people, money does buy happiness. For me, it's actually just irrelevant. Like I said, I could have billions of dollars, which I don't, and I could have a really bad family life. I will be depressed.
Yeah.
Literally, my family are like my reason for living. That sounds so dramatic, but it's true.
So, like, what advice would you give for like young females, like all over the world, on how to start a business?
Yeah. What would I say to them? Well, I do a lot of public speaking, literally for young females. It's literally for them. I'm honestly their biggest fan, and what I would say is, don't give up. There were so many times in my youth when I was just in tears and I had sleepless nights and I was depressed because I felt like giving up. And it's right at that moment when you're about to give up because things are going so bad that the good stuff happens. That is the sweet spot. Just don't give up. Believe in yourself, because usually I'm anticipating the people around them don't believe in them, because this is what happened to me. So many people didn't believe in me. Now they all want to text me, but before they didn't believe in me. And it's so hard when you don't have support. It's so hard to keep going. So just keep going, whatever it is. Believe in yourself and don't give up. It's going to happen. Definitely. It really, really will. And forget what the guys are saying in your office or what your brothers are saying, whatever. They will be proud of you one day.
Yeah, I feel like it's like law of attraction in a sense. So like if you need to like speak it into existence. Do you believe in
that? Yeah. So I'm big on manifestation, but my manifesting it's really connected to religion. Okay. I'll tell you why. To me, science, business, religion, life, it's all one thing. I feel it's just one unit and with different faces. So, you know, people say to me, because I work in science, they say, oh, but you studied business. What do you know about science? Or the science community will say, but you're a scientist, so how can you run a business? It's all the same, because there is a science to business. And even in the Quran and the Bible and the Torah, I've read all in English, it talks about numbers a lot. It talks about numerology a lot. There is so much science in the Quran. You know, they mention earth and water. They mention water 32 times, as in the sea, and they mention the earth 13 times. That exact ratio is the ratio of the land to water on our planet right now.
That's crazy.
There is so much science in the New Old Testament, in the Quran, everywhere, and it's not to be ignored. Science is numbers. What is business? It's numbers. It's all the same thing. Just it's so simple. That's what I mean about overcomplicating it. It's the same box that you're opening.
Yes, it's all linked.
So when it comes to manifestation, just ask God or ask science. Or I mean, even we have 786. It's the number of Allah in God. Everything is numbers. So for me, I just look at religion. Whatever your religion is, just go to it for guidance or ask really casually for help. However you want to ask. And I really think that manifestation works.
So what like strategies do you use for manifestation?
So I'm a bit crazy. So I take it far. Okay. So I'm big into numerology. Okay. So I always wear numbers on my body.
What is that?
In jewelry.
Oh, okay.
Because some numbers are to do with sacred geometry and they're very powerful numbers. So I bought a car recently, and the only reason I bought the car is because of the number plate.
Oh.
What was the number plate?
I didn't even care what the car was.
Yeah.
It was 6191.
6191.
Yeah,
What
so
does that mean?
it's an 8 number. 8 is my lucky number.
Okay.
So I was born in 88. And how you work out the number is you keep, if it's a long number, keep adding the digits until you reach a single number. Mm-hmm. So I was born in 88 and my birthday is on the 26th. 2 plus 6 is 8. And 6191, if you keep adding the digits, you get to 8. So I knew that was my car. And it just brings me luck. You know, look up angel numbers or magic numbers or Grabovoi numbers or Fibonacci sequence. I mean, I'm going deep here. I know you're looking at me like I'm mad, but it works for me.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me really happy. It makes me believe in myself. It makes me believe that I'm going to be successful on whatever mission it is for today, even if it's something really small. Mm-hmm. Like I said, numbers is science. Science is God. It's all the same thing.
What about like energy? Do you believe in like positive and negative energy?
Totally. Yeah. And you know, some days I have positive energy. Some days I have negative energy. We're human at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And I think what's really important is, again, connected to business, who you spend time with. Because, you know, some people say that you should spend time with successful people or people more successful than you or whatever. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think just be friends with whoever the hell you want, right? Like, don't put pressure on yourself like that. But be around nice people that make you feel good.
Do you have any like role models like you would look up to or like follow?
I really don't.
No?
I really don't. I have mentors, which is great, but I've never had a female role model. And I really want one so badly. It's just... can't find one that I connect to.
Well, why do you think that is?
Because there's only one Saba Yussouf. I'm joking. No, I don't know. Maybe because our generation is different to our parents' generation. So even my own mother, I mean, I look up to her so much. She's a lawyer, but she doesn't get a lot about me. So maybe it's time that the women in my generation become the role models for
the new generation.
For the next. Yeah.
What about in terms of inspiration and stuff like that? Do you have any people that you've been inspired by?
Yeah, you know, I'm inspired by nerds. Okay. So I'm not inspired by famous businessmen and women at all. Like I have zero interest. Okay. I'm inspired by Tesla. I'm inspired by the real people that changed the world, not the people that we are taught about in high school either. I just sit for hours researching all their amazing inventions and what impact they have on the world today, because I want to make stuff, invest stuff, generate stuff that people will read about in 100 years' time.
Okay, yeah, we're going to wrap up this podcast. Okay. Thank you, Saba, for coming on our show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Me too.
Taking out your time and coming on. Thank you guys for watching.
If you could shout your socials out or anywhere people can follow you, stuff like that.
Yep, at Saba Yussouf on Instagram. I've recently joined TikTok and I no longer give my email out because I got too many marriage proposals.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe if you want to learn more about cash flow and businesses. Then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Take care.
Catch you in the next one.